This is a tutorial on how to complete the very first tutorial of the strut and the cube and assembling it. So I'm going to go with select working directory. You can see I'm already in Creo and I've named it tutorial 1. And now I'm just going to, and if I go open, there's my corner cube. I got a couple parts in here, and there's my strut. Okay, and I'm going to hit cancel. So in this case, I'm going to go new, this time assembly, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, final tutorial number 1. It doesn't matter what name you name it, just make sure there's no spaces. Click on OK. Oops, doesn't like it with the number in there. So we get rid of the number sign and away we go. Okay, so it looks exactly the same as the last or all the other screens, except this time around I have an assemble. So I'm going to click on assemble and I'm going to grab the corner cube. So there's my first cube. And the only thing that I need to do in here is I want to go up to where it says automatic here, I want to go to default. What it does is it locks it in place. And if you see here where it says status fully constrained, okay, what it means is it's locked in place, it can't go anywhere. So I'm going to click on OK. So there's the first part. Now I'm going to go assemble the strut, open, okay, and now you can see that the second part comes in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of the axes and displays and that, so I'm left with just the actual ability to move it without all the extra stuff in place. So I can now just move it around. I could just shove it in the hole and say, okay, I'm done, but that's not really accurate. So what I want to do is I want to line up this face, okay, with this hole inside here. So what I do is I click the two with my left mouse button, okay, and you can see that it says now coincidence, which means they're lined up, okay. The next one I do is I want this face right here, okay, with this face here. And I click, and you can see that it's changed color, and up here it says status fully constrained. It means I can't move it anymore. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Okay, now there's the first part. Now I'm going to put one more part in here. So I'm going to go assemble, and I'm going to click the corner cube. And now I'm going to put a second cube in. Now you notice again, I can rotate this cube, do whatever I want. So this time around, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select on the display filters, I'm going to select an axis, and you can see that the axis is turned on. Okay, there and there. So I'm going to select this axis, which is the center of the circle, and this axis, and now they're lined up, and you can see coincidence. Okay, and on this right now, I can move it back and forth. Okay, I can rotate it around, right? Or I can actually basically all I can do is rotate it around or back and forth. Okay. Now if I've changed that now, my angles are going to be out, right? So now I'm going to take this automatic to that surface, and I'm going to come up here and change it to distance. Now if I select distance now, you can see that I can set the distance back and forth. Well, in this case, I don't want the distance to be a distance, so I'm just going to right mouse click on it, and I'm going to change it to coincidence. Okay, and now it's locked in place. Okay, and I hit OK. Now what you're going to find is because oh no, it's lined up good. Okay, so there's how to kind of join parts. Now here's a couple other cool things. Let's say I want to change the color of these. I can click on this one, right mouse click, go open. So open up my cube. I can select the cube as a whole, go up to render, appearances, I'm going to turn it to green. Okay, you can see it shows green. If I save it, and this is the cool part, so I've saved it, as soon as I close it, the cube's automatically turned color. I'm going to go do the same thing for strut. Okay, the last part of this is what's called repeat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more, and actually no, I don't need to do that. I'm going to add this strut here. I'm going to right mouse click on it. I'm going to go repeat. I'm going to repeat these two types of references as in how I actually join things together, and click on add. Now all I'm going to do is go and click the hole and the surface, and you can see it automatically puts the part in. Then I click on the hole, the surface. You get the idea. Okay, and confirm, and that one's done. Now I can go back to the cube. I can't use the original cube, that's the first one, and you can see it at the top of the chain. I'll use the second one down, right mouse click, repeat, grab those two coincidences, go add, and now I'm simply gonna go back and go, okay, well I want it to go to, right, click add, I did that, and I want to select this center because it was a center axis, and that, okay, and then the center axis, and that. You got to make sure you know what you're kind of adding on, right? And you just build from there, and then I can just, hit confirm, okay, go back, take that one, right mouse click, repeat, right? Grab the two surfaces, add, and I can just keep building up from there, right? So build there, you get the point. And then you get it to a point that it's all finished. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't need to finish it off for you, but that is how I would assemble the whole thing together. Okay, and I'm finished.